to talk about crafting. When you get access to Atlas, you're going to be able to craft rider gear. Rider gear is way better than the seasonal gear that you can get. So it's really, really good to use Atlas for the gear for your riders. So to craft gear, you need a lot of different things. You just can go over here to your forge. And look at this little gear icon. So now you'll have that when you have Atlas. So you can see up at the top, there's all these different things. So from the left, these are crafting scrolls. I have 1,343 crafting scrolls. And then you have all these different shards. The shards are things you get when you're in Atlas. So we have fire shards. The next one is ice shards, earth shards, dark shards, and I might be wrong. I can't remember what the green ones are. Anyway, they're different kinds of shards. I think the white ones are actually earth shards. What are the green ones? I'm not sure. So when you go to craft gear here in Atlas, there's different types of gear. So you have these dark sets. You have these earth sets, the Terra sets. And these are specific to the dragon that you're going to want to put them on. So if you have a dragon of the fire element, you don't want to craft ice gear. Okay, it's just basic rider stuff. But you don't want to. You need to craft the gear that's specific to him. So each element has two different types of gear. You have the defense set and you have the battle set. The defense set is going to be for your defensive rider that you put on your perch. The battle set is going to be for the riders that you put on your dragons. So when you look up here, you'll see all these different things. Now, when you craft gear, you'll see up at the top, you have common, rare, epic, and legendary. Every time you craft a piece, there's a chance you'll get common. There's a chance you'll get epic. There's a chance you'll get a legendary. Obviously, legendary is a lot less chance than a common. Most of the time when you craft, you're going to get commons and rares. And once you craft an item, you can actually upgrade it. So the best thing to do is craft them over and over and over again until you get legendary items. It's really not worth upgrading the commons and rares and epics because you will spend a lot less shards crafting the item over and over and getting a legendary set, and you can see the difference. I mean, these are the maxed out gear sets, so when you get your legendary gear to level 10, you're going to get 15% on your dragon attack. If you have a common maxed out, it's only going to give you 2%, so it's a huge difference. So it's always best to just keep crafting the same items over and over and over, and through luck of the draw, you will eventually get an entire set of legendary gear. So I actually have a set of legendary gear on my perch, and I haven't clicked on him yet today. So let's look at my perch rider. So I have Tannock on here, and I did not get his gear through the season. I only got his first page, so I got the rider. But look at these stats. 48.9% building attack, 44% building HP. Some of that's from Tannock himself, but a lot of it's from the gear. So let's look at the gear. I have a full set of legendary gear. Took me April, May, June, July, 3 months to get this set of gear, and I was crafting like crazy. I would craft the boots over and over and over again until I got legendary. Then, you know, I just keep crafting things until I got the legendary set. So when you look at these, they're all level 1 too. I haven't even begun to level these things. So let's look at the axe. So this is an axe that's a level 1 axe, and it adds 14.7% building attack. That's huge. I mean, everyone's a little, you know, some of these are a little bit different. You know, the boots only give you 6%, but I think it's the shields and the weapons give you the most of the gear. So once you have your legendary gear set, then you can start working on leveling them up. I don't even know if I have enough shards to level any of these up. Well, apparently I do. So it's going to take 45,000 ice shards and 36,000 fire shards, which means it's going to take me a very, very, very long time to level this gear. But that's okay. I've been playing this game a long time. I've got a lot longer to do it. So you can see this axe, if I ever do make it to level 10, maybe in the next 10 years, I'll have a 30% building attack additional on top of the 48% or whatever I already have. Well, minus what its base is, obviously. So that's the basics of crafting gear in Atlas. Just don't even mess with the common. I mean, if you get a common and that's all you have, go ahead and put it on your rider and use it. But then if you get an epic or something, usually what I do is I just throw the epic over top of the common and destroy it. Or another thing you can do is if you want to spend rubies to remove them, you can. If they're not equipped, you can actually salvage them and get a little bit of crafting material back, but it's not very much. Typically, I usually just destroy it. So if I had another piece of gear here, I would say try on. Let's see if I have something like that I can show you. I don't know if I have any. Yeah, so here we go. I have an epic set on this rider, but if I wanted to, I would click this as a new set of boots that I got, and if they were better than what I had on, I would just say try on, and then I would say confirm, and it's going to come up and say, are you sure you're going to destroy your stuff? And you just say yeah. So I'm just going to click it again and say remove because I don't want to destroy my epic, obviously. So since I already got a better set of boots here, I don't need these. So I'm just going to go ahead and salvage them. And see, I get a little bit of crafting material back. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a whole lot because it takes a lot of crafting shards to make gear. So this is an Atlas rider, and I'll go more into riders as well. There's a lot to those. But for now, that's your gear. The way that you can earn shards and stuff if you go into Atlas. I think there's an event running right now. If I can get in there. So over here on the left-hand side of your screen, right underneath the store, this is your Atlas events that are happening. And they go a lot faster than the events in the main game. Like they usually last, I think, 3 days or something like that. So this particular event, if you look at the top, it's train Primarchs and Riders. So I actually had trained one of my Riders earlier today. I just hadn't gotten in here to do any check-in on the prizes. So I trained a Rider earlier, so I'm going to, just like in the main game, but here you can see I'm going to get a Dragon Rider shard, and I get a few crafting materials in here. The diamonds are kind of like rubies, but for the Atlas part of the game. It used to be that you used rubies in Atlas as well as the main game, but they have changed that to diamonds. So diamonds come in handy in Atlas, but you can't use them in the main game. So just claim all these guys. And that, you know how all that works. So I think that's a pretty good overview of gear. Kind of the basic stuff you want to know about it. So next time I will talk a little bit about the riders and riders are kind of hard because there's a totally new mechanism to how you can upgrade your riders, and it's kind of can be a little bit overwhelming and hard to understand, but I will do my best to go over that with you guys, and I will talk to you next time.